What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Ingram Orchids and More. Did you miss me? I know I was out for a week and a half there. We had the plague, and now we're back, and the kids are doing well, doing a lot better. Happy to be back and not sick. So hopefully that's the last of that plague and no more in our house. So today we have a very special segment. And our youngest is wanting to have her commentary. We are going to be talking all about Encyclias today because it is Encyclia season and it smells so good at our house. So I'm going to grab Tristan so he can show you his second favorite genus because you know his love for cigar orchids. So now it's time to talk about Encyclias. So let's get started and let's show you our Encyclia collection. Let's go.
What's up, guys? So first off, we have a very small, well, not very small, but a kind of a small Encyclia species. This is Encyclia diurna. This one's one that's got the yellowish brown flowers. Not a whole lot of color to this one, but these tend to be very, very fragrant, which I don't know how to describe the fragrance.
Almost peppery. This one is very peppery and light,
yeah,
in a sense, kind of spicy.
But Encyclias tend to be really easy to grow here in Florida because, you know, a lot of these grow in areas kind of like Florida. We have our native Encyclia, which is Encyclia tampensis, the butterfly orchid, which we have a lot of those. Those bloom in the late May, early June. So stay tuned. Those are always real fun when they go off. This is Encyclia Rio Clarence. This is a primary hybrid of Randii and Cordillera. And Cordillera is an amazing species, which we'll show you in a minute. But this hybrid gets the best of both parents. You get the flat shape of like Randii, but you get that beautiful smell just like Cordillera. And this one's got some ugly foliage, but this is a real old plant. It's been in this basket for far too many years and is now well overgrown. And next but not least by any means, we said Rio Clarence was a primary hybrid of Randii and Cordillera, and here you go. This is Randii. So Randii is I think it's a Brazilian species, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that.
And for those of you who are not used to growing Encyclias, a lot of them you can tell we're growing on driftwood mounts and wooden baskets, but Encyclias have these really like onion-like pseudobulbs. You can hear our daughter drumming in the background there. Sorry about that, folks. But onion-like pseudobulbs, and almost always they're going to have these long flower spikes that always put on a show.
And
so they're really cool.
Strappy leaves too. And if you'll notice, there are a couple of volunteer, what I assume are butterfly orchids. So Randii is usually brownish purple. It's always got that brown color to it. That's not something wrong with the plant. But it looks like here there are some seedlings of Encyclia tampensis growing. We get a lot of volunteer tampensis because it's native. It grows around here.
Who doesn't like free plants?
So one Encyclia growing at the base of another Encyclia.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And Randii is not a very fast grower. I will go ahead and admit that this is not the easiest species of Encyclia to grow. This was the very first orchid that I ever purchased from Palmer Orchids. I bought this when I was I think it was probably like 18 or 19. I got this as a little 2-inch seedling there, and I've had it for many years now, and it's been on the same piece of driftwood ever since. So you can see in that time, I'm sure it was probably these 3 bulbs. There's some old dead bulbs here. So in that amount of time, it has grown this much biomass. So not a very fast grower, but an excellent species to have.
And very special in our collection.
Special to me, at least.
This Encyclia here is Encyclia Cordillera variety Rosea. We have 2 things blooming here on the Robolini palm. But this, you guys, smells amazing. Smells just like perfume, super fragrant, and just that roaring magenta lip. And like I said, they do really well mounted if you find the right place for it. But look how cute. Smells so good, you guys. I wish YouTube had smell-o-vision. And if you couldn't tell, we really like cordillera around here. They're like potato chips. You can't have just one.
No, you cannot have just one.
You don't have to get it out of the tray. It's gonna break. Just leave it there. You can show it off. This one's a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean a lot a bit bigger than the one that we have on that Robellini palm over there. But it is like super in that tray there. But the bulbs are a lot greener than the other one we were looking at. And it is just spectacular. I would say the blooms are like the size of a $50, possibly a little bit bigger than that. But very star-shaped and smells delicious.
Or show off your walrus.
And then, I got my little walrus guy here because I like to be cute sometimes. But this is PRC QF Hulu Manu. And what makes that genus, Tristan?
This is Prosiclia, so this is Prostechia, which is, you know, sister to Encyclias, and then Encyclia. So this is Encyclia, I believe, maybe Chloroluca by Prostechia radiata.
Oh, that sounds about right.
We'll have to double check that.
But you guys, this one is so cute. I wanted a miniature, not a miniature, but a smaller growing Encyclia, and this fits so well in this pot here, and it just smells so good. It smells like, it smells, again, very peppery. It's really weird. They either go from like peppery, spicy smelling to very floral perfume smell, but it does smell good.
It's extremely fragrant. Whatever, it is kind of spicy smelling, but it's very, very intense.
Okay, and if you remember our home tour, or like our whole collection tour that we did a couple videos back, I was telling you about this Encyclia that's growing on the other Robellini palm in our lanai cage. It smells like a locker room, you guys, and it's in spike. So check this out. We've got this huge spike here, along with another one over here as well too. So stay tuned. It's going to be smelling like feet and urine in our house. And then check it out. We've got all of these Encyclia tampensis spikes. There's like hundreds of them, you guys. This is going to be putting on a show here in a few weeks. And I am so excited to show this to you guys. It looks like a swarm of butterflies. And over there on this palm, we have a lot more tampensis that are starting to spike as well too. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a showstopper. And just like Encyclia Cordillera variety rosea, we have, you said it was Randii we have a lot of?
Rio Clarence.
Rio Clarence.
We only got the one Randii.
We got one Randii, and then we've got a lot of Rio Clarence. So I don't know if I can get this down, because we've got another one up there. See those magenta flowers? And it is in a cedar wooden basket, happy as a clam. Do y'all remember those Billy Mays commercials where it's like, but wait, there's more. We've got more to show you.
So this is actually one that's not a very good grower in our environment. This is Encyclia profusa. It smells amazing too. It's got beautiful white a shower of white flowers. They're quite small, but they make a big display of it.
And Kaya is giving her
opinion as
her
well.
opinion. She doesn't like it.
This is one I feel like it needs a little bit cooler temperatures, because as you can see, it's a struggle to keep a lot of foliage on this plant. It's also a struggle to keep the newest bulbs as large as the previous bulbs. It's not the easiest plant in the world to grow, and I would not say it's the best grower, but it's still worth trying to grow. And I've never been able to keep more than 2 years bulbs foliage on there. So it seems like you get some Encyclias do this where a lot of the old bulbs will, they will stay green, but they'll shed their leaves, and you'll only have green foliage on the newest growth and the year previous growth. And that just seems to be the case with profusa.
And for those of you who are new watching us, we are in South Central Florida. So when he says it's not doing good in our environment, that's our location.
Yeah. So somewhere that has maybe a little bit cooler nights during the summer, I would imagine this might do a little bit better.
But it's still a pretty girl.
Yeah. I don't know exactly where this comes from, but it probably comes from somewhere a little bit higher elevation that probably has a little bit cooler nights.
And we're in Florida where it's flat, where we think a hill is mountainous. All right, our next one here. This is the parent's tag. It'll focus there, but that is Encyclia borencana crossed with Encyclia bractescens with a 4N beside it for that parent.
This Grex is known as Encyclia Beatrice Orendorff.
And this is just so pretty. I love the red, like almost crimson petals. Little splash of that light magenta lip.
So Beatrice Orendorff is borencana by bractescens, and borencana is bractescens by alata. So most of this is bractescens genetically, and you can tell, I mean, it takes after bractescens, but here's the kicker. It grows a lot better than bractescens. So bractescens is one I've not had a lot of luck with. It doesn't grow very fast. But this thing grows like a weed. And actually, this is a bulb pan that had 3 seedlings in it to try and cheat and make it look nicer than it really is. One of them had black rot, and I pulled it out, and the other 2 are still seemingly uninfected and growing just fine, but one of them had to be removed, so now we just have 2 seedlings. Well, not seedlings anymore, but 2 of the plants together in this pot. You can tell this one here is a little bit darker color, but that was just to make it look like a bigger plant quicker. But this is an excellent Encyclia hybrid. So here we have Encyclia Dr. Robert H. Palmer. This is named after Robert Palmer's father, Robert Palmer being the owner of Palmer Orchids. This is named for his late father, and it definitely lives up to his name. These get to be massive plants, and they make the most beautiful scented flowers. So this is another primary hybrid. This is Cordillera by Piriformis, and it grows just like Piriformis. It's very squatty, likes a lot of light, likes it dry, but it has just that beautiful aroma that Piriformis has, but it's larger in stature and a larger spike than Piriformis. Has much more of a Cordillera shaped spike and flower. And these are just now opening, and they're a little bit eat up with thrip damage, but this is an excellent one to have if you come across one for sale.
All right, you guys, so that is essentially part of our Encyclia collection. At least we wanted to show you everything that was blooming right now. At the moment, we have a lot more stuff opening as the days get longer here in South Central Florida, but flowers are fresh, so we didn't want to miss an opportunity to show you guys these really pretty, very cool growing Encyclias. We have some species and we have some hybrids, but we're really excited, and we'll definitely have to show you the rest of them as they open later. But we hope you enjoyed this short video on Encyclias, and drop down in the comments if you have any Encyclias in your collection. We want to know what you have. What are you able to grow? We love them. They smell so good, and definitely enjoy having them in our collection. And right now it's like a big greeting for spring, is all the Encyclias start opening. I know summer's around the corner. It's awesome. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.